when you're in your middle 30s or you're like hitting 40, yo, get your fucking shit together. Because remember, from 40 to 50 is the pinnacle fucking years. Those years right there, if you haven't got your shit together.
This is the thing though, sometimes a woman could feel physically attracted to a guy and then that switch can turn off.
That's another thing that I don't understand. When a woman actually, like in a relationship, they know that he's not the right suitor for her and continue to stay, drives me crazy.
What's going on? It's your boy Cyrus here, back with the LF podcast. What's going on, guys?
Yo, what's poppin'?
Hey.
What's going on?
How you guys been? Everything good?
Good, man. I want to give a special shout out to my daughter. It's her birthday today. I love you so much, manita.
Happy birthday, manita. You know, I notice that a lot of females, they're willing to date men who are committed, all right? Men that are committed into like a wife or a girlfriend, or they live with that partner. A single woman will be quick to date someone like that versus dating a guy who lives with his mom. Why is that?
Well,
Okay,
yeah, go ahead, you answer that.
I don't know about being committed to somebody that is in a relationship already, but there's a difference between living with your mom and your mom living with you.
Gotcha.
So if you're paying the bills, it's a different story. But if you're mooching off your mom, I don't want to. And as for married men, I don't want that either.
So if a married man approached you and he was a good contender, right, for what you're looking for, right? Because you know what, yeah, I'm assuming you're selective, right? You wouldn't slightly consider it if he was being honest with you and told you from jump, I am married, I'm in a committed relationship, I've been married for whatever amount of time, but I'm not happy.
Absolutely not. If he tells me he's happy and he's in a committed relationship, I don't want nothing to do with that.
No, if he says he's not happy.
He's not happy, okay, and he's planning on leaving her, then maybe we could create a friendship, but I don't want to, how do I say it? I don't want to set myself up for failure.
Right, so why would you?
Because like I'm like a lover, so I get like really into my relationships. I'm not gonna, go into something thinking, oh, this is my man, and then the whole time he's gonna stick with his wife. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things is, right, some men that are married and they've been in a relationship for a long time, there's multiple reasons why they stay in that relationship, as you would assume. You know what I mean? One of them being that they're comfortable because it's what they know. Two is because they may have kids with the partner, right? And they don't want their kid to grow up in a broken home, because that's a little traumatic to some kids.
That's a broken home, though. If your father's cheating on your mother, that's a broken home.
I
don't want no part of that. And I'm sorry, but I feel like that's karma, and it's gonna come back. So I'd rather deal with somebody that's not in a relationship, or somebody that's trying to get out of the relationship, and we're working on getting to know each other in the meanwhile. But as for me being committed to somebody that's not committed to me and committed to somebody else, it's a no-go.
All right, well, another thing, if you think about it, another thing is finances. Sometimes finances keep a couple together, because a man, most of the time, the man is the breadwinner, right? Nowadays, you see a lot of women that are very successful, but most of the time, the man is the breadwinner. The man being the breadwinner, he thinks, man, if I divorce my wife, it's a lot of money I'm gonna have to pay in alimony, right? So if I'm paying a lot of money in alimony, sometimes it's cheaper to keep her. You get it?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Her, not me.
I think a lot of curiosity has to play with that too. You know what I mean? They want to know, like, all right, they've been married for so long. Like, why? Like, what are the good attributes this guy has? So maybe that kind of draws them in to be like, I want to know, what she has. It brings interest, I would see. What do you think?
I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but it's still no-go for me. I'm sorry.
So
I know, that's your final answer.
No, it's like, no, it's disgusting to me for a man to think that he's gonna put another woman before me. Like, to be honest, I'm not trying to sound selfish or anything, but I rarely like to date men that have kids just because of that. Like, now, I'd rather date a man with a kid because I don't want to give him a kid. But I'm a little selfish. Like, I want to kind of be number one in a man's life.
And rightfully so, you should, I think, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to be your partner's main at the end of the day, like one of the most important factors in their life. Right?
Yeah, of course. But like as far as like the kids are concerned too, like a man is supposed to wants to be happy too with the person that he's actually talking to. So I mean, me personally, I love my kids, and yeah, I would put them first, but also my happiness comes first too. So I can't really let put the person I'm talking to like second, but it has to be serious though. For me to be more serious about her too. It's like I can't just put a female first, just chit chatting and bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but I think committed situation, like if I'm talking to a female and has another relationship going on, I don't really find much interest in it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
I'm disgusted. Like the fact of knowing like somebody else is like touching up on my shit. Like
I would say like one of my fears is like people just get bored very easily. So that could be like a main reason too. Like she could have been in love with him. He checked all the boxes, right? But then she just bored of the fucking relationship, whatever it could be. And then she's out like playing the role like I want to talk to this guy. I'm gonna see what this man has going on.
Do that.
You know what I mean?
That's why you have to be mindful on picking your woman. Because there's girls that are fun, but then you get things like that. Like they get bored.
Like it's never enough.
Yeah.
For some of them, it's never enough, right? And I've met people like that. That some women and men. So I think mostly men. That happens with a lot of men because men want their cake and they want to eat it too. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's something that's a natural instinct of men.
We always want something more than we can chew.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been guilty of things like that too myself. Like I get bored. I'm like, everything's perfect, but I'm bored.
But you're an alpha female though. So if you don't have a man who checks off those boxes, now you're like, there has to be more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but
you crave more.
But that's the thing. There's issues where you check all the boxes, and even if he checks all the boxes, or vice versa, you look at him and like, yo, he's not even my type. Like, I don't care how many boxes, because it happens. Checks all the boxes, and you look at the person like, yo, I'm not even attracted to this.
So, oh my goodness, you hit it on the nail, because that's where I was going with this. Mm-hmm. So for me, like, I feel like a man should always date a woman who is physically attracted to him. Because I feel like if a woman is not physically attracted to her man, he can check off all the boxes, but at some point she has the realization, like, what am I doing with this guy?
Right. And that can become very dangerous.
This is the thing though, sometimes a woman can feel physically attracted to a guy and then that switch can turn off for some reason. Because I've been like attracted to somebody like, oh my god, it's like perfect. Like what are people saying? Like why are they saying that he's not perfect? He's perfect. And then like I get to know him and then like whatever like months or maybe even years pass by and I'm like, yeah, he's ugly as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
But is it because of like emotional?
I don't know what it is. I can't even put like on it, but like I just like different things that happen and I'm like, ugh, like now I'm starting to get turned off.
So like his mindset? Because even if a dude could be physically attractive and he opens his mouth and just fucks it all up.
I mean,
that happens.
I think you learn that from the beginning.
Yeah.
But there's different things that come into play and then you just see how they are, like the way they handle life. Like,
yeah, then you start to sit back and be like, all right, his shirt seems a little fucked up now.
I guess kind of in a way, but like for example, like sometimes like you'll see somebody at their best, and then things happen in life where like they're not at their best anymore, and then like the way they come out of that is what really like defines like certain shit.
Couldn't have said that any better than that one.
Yeah.
How a person overcomes obstacles or how they overcome adversity.
Yeah, adversity.
You know what I mean? That says a lot about a person. But I think like to his extent, and you make a valid point. Like sometimes people get bored, but I feel like in the beginning you're always trying to be at your best, right? As a man and as a woman. But when people get too comfortable within their relationship, I feel like sometimes they let themselves go.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
They do.
And while your partner was attracted and in love with the person they met, now you let yourself go, and that's not what they expected out of the relationship.
Just stay frozen.
You feel me?
We ain't letting it go.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel that. I think that is on point right there. But that's why I think it's important to keep yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Like
you always have to like give yourself challenges or like grow, like have goals, set goals. Like, come on, I need somebody that's like trying to become better every year.
And but help build each other up.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
that
saying?
too.
Like,
help me work on my goals. I'll help you work on yours. Like, there's nothing more.
Absolutely.
There's nothing more attractive than that.
Yeah, but don't you find it that would have to like build on that? Like, how do you start that off? Like, so early on, and like just getting to know somebody.
Well, I think that it comes from within. Like, you just have to be that person. Like, you just always want better. And like, if you want better, I don't know, and you see that your partner is like very complacent with where they're at and don't want to fucking do anything, then you just have to like be smart and know this person's gonna end up worse than this.
Right.
Like, this motherfucker doesn't want to work out. This motherfucker doesn't want to do anything better for himself from the beginning, and you see that you're doing all the pushing. Then you have to like be smart enough to realize like, yo. So I saw this saying the other day, and that shit like resonated. It was like, when you're on a train and you're going the wrong way, get off on the first stop, because it's gonna be more expensive.
That's a great analogy, actually.
It's gonna be more expensive at the end. Like, the farther you go, the more expensive it is.
That's very true.
You know?
Yeah.
And that shit like just.
But even like so to what you're saying, in the beginning, those are key pivotal things that you have to get from your partner. Like, find out where their mindset is at. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell if they're in the right direction. And you can tell if the mindset is right, but they need a little push. You get what I'm saying?
Blinded by the light.
Yeah, like everything that's roses isn't always roses. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying in general.
No, I get it. No, I definitely get it. But would that be a situation where she has the potential, or he has the potential, but sees that little fallback? Like, would you continue on?
No. I don't.
Would you continue on and be like, yo, give it a benefit of the doubt and give it that little push?
No, because that shit's not there, and you're gonna try to tell yourself. So I also saw this one thing that was like, maybe he'll get better after we get over this. Then you got this, and maybe he'll get better once we get married. Now you got married. Maybe he'll get better once we have kids. No,
then it's way too late.
Then he's not getting better,
right,
and then you're just becoming stucker.
See, but that's another thing that I don't understand. When a woman actually, like, in a relationship, they know that he's not the right suitor for her, and continue to stay, drives me crazy.
But it's because they love more. They put love more as a priority than themselves. You get it?
No,
yeah, and that's why people need therapy. That's why everyone needs therapy, seriously. Because there's like things that you don't even see, and you're dealing with this trauma from like past experiences or like your childhood, and you're like just dealing with it because this is what you think you want, this is what you think you need, but it's not.
Or what you grew up seeing in your household.
Yeah, that too.
Well, yeah.
Because if your mother was like that with your father, you know what I'm saying? It's the norm to you, right? Like society's norms. We get accustomed to those things, and that's why I always tell like my wife, like, we can't be that way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when we have kids and stuff like that, I tell her we have to always keep that relationship healthy, like her and I relationship. You know what I mean? Still go on dates, still do things on our own, because some people become more parents than they do a wife or a husband, right? And then they lose focus of their relationship as a whole. Now the kids grow up, the kids go do their own things, and your home isn't whole anymore, like your relationship.
So now Cyrus is going back to what Cyrus was talking about. He said how he goes around and wants to plant things to see where she's at. Is that something that you do as far as like woman to man, to like plant little things and to test them out, to see?
Of course.
What would be some of the things that you would do? Like first off, like
to
right off rip.
Something. I'll be like, okay, like if he doesn't open the door, it kind of turns me off a little bit. If he's like hesitant to pay for like food and shit, or like if I'm picking something up at the store and then, or like not putting gas in my car, kind of turns.
So you'll test him out basically to see if he's actually cheap.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
Yeah, cheap thing. Yeah. Ew. No one wants a cheap man.
So all right. So that's good though. So you wouldn't deal with a cheap person?
No. Okay. No, because I'm not cheap. So I don't want
So what
that.
if the person's cheap, and they're cheap because how they were brought up, right? But right, like they're really into you and they want to see you happy, and they see that you're not cheap, right? You're a giving person, right? And you help them change that within them. You don't think that's possible, or you've never been able to do that?
I'm not gonna lie, it turns me off so bad that it's hard for me to see past that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, keep it a buck, man. I mean, being cheap is not the way to go about it. But if I don't really have it, I'm not gonna try to offer it like beginning on. You know what I mean? Like if I can't do it, I'm not gonna offer to take a shorty out to eat or to go on a date because I have too much responsibility.
But I don't think that she necessarily means in a monetary way where you have to always splurge on the person, right? Because there's little things I think within your capacity, not you, but I'm saying, in a person's capacity, you know what I'm saying? That they can do to show their partner, like, man, like this person really cares about me. They put me first, right? Like opening the door, that's something that's a must at the end of the day. If a man doesn't do that, then he's kind of like, where does he keep you, right? Does he have you on a pedestal or not? You got what I'm saying? That's from start. Second of all, if he doesn't want to make sure that you're fed, like, what's good there? You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't want to put gas in your tank, does he want to make sure you're safe or not? You got what I'm saying? Like, those are just little things that a man should do at the end of the day. Alpha or not, a man should do that. You get it? Now, if you don't have the means to do that all the time, that's different. You get what I'm saying? But at first glance, when you start dating someone, that should be off rip something that you're doing.
Yeah, but then that could fall in depending on the person. That could fall into like a whole facade, like boasting and showing what you're really not too. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a big thing too. So it's like, all right, well, you did this. Let's see how long it lasts.
So why?
And then that comes. Yeah.
What about this? So let's say you guys start dating. And you start doing that for her, but you're really into her. You see a lot of potential. You're like, man, I could really wife this woman. You know what I mean? I see potential in her. She's very smart. She's outgoing. She has a lot going for herself. She's independent. Your funds may not be where they need to be at that moment, but at first glance, you start, doing the right things, right? Wouldn't that make you as a man hustle harder? Like just to be able to provide for that woman? Because remember something, men are providers by nature. We don't care if a woman's broke. You get what I'm saying? We'll take a woman that's broken, treat her like a queen. A woman's different. A woman becomes successful, and some of the most successful women don't want a broke dude. They won't take a broke dude and say, let me build him up, because that's not in a woman's characteristic.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that, because I've been seeing some situations, successful women, and dudes are straight bums. And they hoping and wishing for the dude to
what I'm
make
saying
it out of
is,
it.
what I'm saying is this: the dude can be a bum, but she didn't marry him. She didn't buy a home with him. One thing is to have him as a boyfriend. Cool. He's gonna be a boyfriend for a long time. But she's not gonna marry him, and I'll tell you why. Because if she's successful, if she's making six figures, right? And she has, a successful career, she knows that he's a bum in reality. She may love him, but the minute she marries him, that dude can go away with half of what she has, and she's not willing to make that commitment.
I mean, some girls are dumb and they would.
If a woman is doing that, clearly she needs help. She needs therapy. You get what I'm saying? Like if you see a dude, and that goes back to like some of the things like I see on social media, some females, and I see very pretty women that they're with like a dude who's a deadbeat, right? He's hustling on the side, or he's doing scams and shit like that, whatever. Do what you gotta do to make your bread, but have a bigger picture at the end of the day, like what we started about. You know what I'm saying? Have a bigger picture. Do that shit, make a little bread on the side, and then now
like show me that you have like
you know what I'm saying? What's the end goal?
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you allow the person to stay in that zone, in that lane, they're never leaving that lane because they're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Too complacent in that situation.
So, but cheap. Would you date a cheap woman?
I don't know, man. It's like different. There's different. I don't know. There's like different levels because I'm very understanding. Well, I mean,
You are a nice guy.
I would date a cheap woman, but not a greedy one, right?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do that because I mean, like, let's look at it this way. If I take a girl on a date, and if she kind of have like a cheap way of going about things, I could take her. I don't have to always take her to a high class restaurant.
So all right. So what I'm getting at is you would be okay with the cheap woman because she wouldn't hold you to a higher standard, right? Pretty much. She wouldn't expect going to a 5-star restaurant all the time, pretty much, right? You'd be okay taking her to like fucking Fridays or Chili's or whatever.
It all depends on the female I'm talking to. So that also changes the aspects of everything.
You see, if she's fine as fuck, then he's okay.
No,
with
no, that's not true. That's not true.
That goes back to
That's not true because she could be fine as hell, and I too might throw a little plan out there to see if she's cool with the things like that.
Yeah, but watch this though. Watch this. This is a good point you made. I like that you made that. If she's fine as hell and you throw that little thing, she's like, nah, nigga, and you're like, no, I was just kidding, right? All of a sudden you're like, all of a sudden you're like, I was just kidding.
Not even, man. I would throw that out there, like just to see where her mind's at, because you know, if she's kind of humble with it, then that could be a plus for me. But it doesn't always work that way.
So I think that we have to define. Yeah, I think we got to define cheap, right? Because one thing is being financially stable, you know what I mean, and financially sound, versus being cheap, right? Because if you got the money to do certain things, it doesn't mean you got to spend thousands of dollars on your partner, but buy some nice things from time to time, special occasions or just randomly.
Yeah, like surprise me.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been talking to this guy for like a month and I have not received flowers yet. Wow. And I'm like,
So you're one of those that actually likes flowers, and you probably told him that. Did you tell him that?
Girls don't like flowers. I mentioned that I want to plant for my house. And I still haven't got plants.
Oh, so you mentioned that already? Like, yo, here's a hint.
So you giving him the recipe?
I kind of.
Yeah,
I know.
you
It
see?
checks off a lot of boxes.
Okay.
But
There you go. See?
Okay. So are you physically
flowers.
attracted to him?
Yeah.
Why did you, dude? Run that back. Are you physically attracted to him?
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of boxes checked.
I don't know. I'm not really the kind of girl that's
check
like,
her face.
I don't want a guy that's like, oh my god, he's drop dead gorgeous, because those guys are very like into themselves. I've learned from my ex, like,
Okay. All right. Well,
you gotta be more into yourself than me.
you want him to be more into you than himself. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, a guy. If you feel like a guy is highly attractive, no, he doesn't buy you flowers.
No,
So.
yeah.
He checked all the boxes besides that one.
Yeah. No.
He's not, but it makes
not
it.
all of them.
But I'm saying it makes it seem like he's not really like thoughtful.
Yes, thoughtful. That's the
So
word
you
I'm
want
looking
someone
for.
to be
It's not even about the
selfless,
flowers.
selfless instead
Yeah,
of
No,
it's
just
not
like,
even
hey, I
about
thought
the
about-
flowers, but, like, I like to get surprised. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring me shit. Like, even like one time, like back in the days, I dated this guy and he just brought me like a bag full of like a whole bunch of like things from the smoke shop, and it was like the cutest like thing ever. Like, it was like a bunch of cheap shit, but I was just like, I love things like that.
See, but I think
it's the thought.
Yeah, it is the thought. But
like, he thought about me, he brought me like a shirt.
Or like, what
and
about
slides and
like,
stuff.
for example, like if he goes to buy stuff for himself, but he calls, he's like, hey babe,
Gay as fuck.
what's your
Sorry.
what do you
Whoa.
Wait.
Don't tell me you're going shopping and you're not getting me nothing.
Hold on, you didn't let me
Wait,
finish.
yeah,
You didn't let me finish. What
Okay.
what I was about to
Sorry.
say.
Jumped the gun.
Hold on a second here.
Yeah.
What I was about to say is he's going
Jeez.
shopping for himself, but he's looking for stuff for you as well. It's like, yo babe, I'm gonna get these kicks. What do you think about these for you? Like, what's your size? Like,
Of course.
like is that like
That's
that's
See, but that's
you know what I'm saying?
all right. But that's what I'm leading to. In order for a man or a person to be thoughtful of somebody else, he needs to know something of the other person to even be thoughtful of, to make the gift seem a little bit more valuable to you.
No, but what she's
No.
getting.
I would like that too. A bag of candies would be cool too. Don't freaking bring me stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he has to
It's-
know.
Call me
it's the fact.
materialistic,
It's-
whatever.
No, but it's the fact that he's thinking about you. It's the most
Yeah.
important thing. But what about like if you guys start dating someone brand new, you just start dating them, and then you go to their house and you see that their kitchen's dirty, you go to their bathroom, the bathroom's dirty. Like, what's your next move?
I don't know. Depends. No, it depends what mood I'm in. And if I'm there for a specific reason to smash, I probably don't give a fuck what the kitchen looks like. That's just
Good
me.
night.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it is something to look at, man. To be honest, but I mean, if a shorty's coming to my house is gonna be clean off rip. I can't leave it the way it is. I'm not gonna ruin for me smashing and enjoying the
Especially
night.
with all your baby kids.
Yeah, yo. That's
it.
yeah. But you know, I think those are key things to actually look at. Like the bathroom should be clean. The bathroom. I mean, you probably look at all different angles of the
I
bathroom.
fucking do. I look around the toilet, it's sticky, there's hair all over your fucking toilet, it's disgusting. Like, your toothbrush can't be freaking worn out.
So the question.
Like, what the fuck?
So the question
your
is-
clothes can't freaking have stains. Your sheets need to like smell good. I'm sorry.
So what happens at that point?
I'm
What do you
very
do? You leaving, or
I'm
you gonna
never
look?
come back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you were into him physically, would you smash?
No.
You would.
I'm gonna. First of all, I'm sorry, but like before I smash, I need to like make sure like a few boxes are checked off. Like, I'm not just gonna go smash, and then especially somebody that I don't think I have potential with. So I want to like check a few of those boxes off first, because like You're not gonna count me in as one of those extra bodies.
But as an alpha female, though, there's never been a time in your life where you're like, I just want to smash. Like, I know this isn't going anywhere. I just want to smash, and that's it. Because
I mean, maybe once or twice, but like,
you know what I'm talking about.
it was like a one night stand type shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but even if you was to see that a dirty bathroom or whatever, or like a dirty kitchen, you'd be like, what is this hygiene like? You know what I'm saying?
I've never been in that situation, so I can't really talk for it because I don't like to spit up. You know what I'm saying? But
I wouldn't, but my whole thing is, and that's why I'm thankful of how I was brought up, you know what I'm saying? Because my mother always taught me to be a clean freak, you feel me? Like to be very clean. That's why my house, like you come to my house, you see that it may not be spotless, but 9 times out of 10, it's very clean. You know what I'm saying? Because my daily expectation is that's how I want to live my life. That's one of my biggest fucking pet peeves. A dirty house, bro. A dirty house to me is like, yo. So, and lastly, right, one of the things that I think is important is I feel like we as people make love so complicated. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we want that extra, like you were saying, like that extra excitement and shit like that. But sometimes normality is good. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have a fight, it's good, it's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Go on trips, do like crazy shit with your partner, but healthy crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to always looking for that fight and needing to have like a disagreement to make up and have passionate sex type shit. Have passionate sex anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or try new shit. Fucking have sex somewhere that you normally don't. You know what I'm saying? If that's the excitement you seek, but not the animosity in the home. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got that animosity in the house, that's just not healthy. That's where people.
I agree.
Right?
But I see it like with a lot of my homegirls. Like I'll see a girl complain about something that's like not even a big fucking deal. It's like, oh, he always fucking leaves the drawer open. What the fuck? I'm gonna call him right now. I'm like, bro, that's really what you're gonna fight about right now?
That's petty shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. That's not something to get so heated about.
Women want to be in their feminine state, but they don't even let a man lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pick and choose.
Watch this. So that's a good point you brought up. I feel like an alpha male knows how to command that position. You feel me? As strong as a woman is, even you, for example, give an example. You're a strong woman, right? You have a very strong standpoint, right? In your beliefs and what you want out of life, right? But if you have an alpha male that has his shit together and he holds you on a fucking pedestal and says, babe, this is where we're going. Pack your shit, we're out. You know what I'm saying? You're rolling with that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. So that misconception that a lot of people, like what you just mentioned, a lot of men have that, like, oh, you know, a woman won't let me be the man that I want to be. No, dude. You're not the man that you're supposed to be. Because if you're the man you're supposed to be, you don't have to say much. Actions speak louder than words.
First of all, man making that comment is like so.
Because
letting me be the man I want to be.
Because that right there is like, I hate men. I hate men that fucking cry. Oh, but it's not fair that you make your destiny at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? Stop fucking crying and bitching and complaining about what's not going right for you if you're not fucking taking lead on that shit. You know what you need to do and how to do it.
Nothing worse than a nagging ass motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just the way the world is, the way the world is now with all this technology and all the social media. We take for granted the simplest thing. And I think when it comes to like getting to know somebody and dating, taking them out, going on dates, movie nights and things like that is the simplest thing that could probably long last a relationship. Keeping your woman entertained, wanting to see your woman dress up.
So I don't know why men this day and age have an issue dating. Get your shit together, right? To all men, get your fucking shit together because it's not that fucking complicated, right? If you're expecting something that you're not able to give off, you're at a bad standpoint.
Right.
If you're not the table, what do you expect someone to come sit at? You feel me?
Right.
Real shit.
Yeah, I agree with
Get
that.
your fucking money right, get your mindset right, get your vision right of what your goals are, right? And get your mindset right of how you want to treat your partner. Keep them on a pedestal, don't let anyone fuck with their energy and always keep them above everyone else. You'll never lose. Bottom line. Case closed. You feel me?
Yeah, I couldn't
Like a lot of men and even women want something that they're not willing to give. Oh, I like we were talking last episode. Oh, I want to, I don't expect my man to do this, but I could do it. There's nothing wrong with it. No, set your standards, set your boundaries. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the older you get, like when you're younger, fuck it, be careless. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your 20s, be fucking careless. But when you're in your middle 30s or you're like hitting 40, get your fucking shit together. Because remember, from 40 to 50 is the pinnacle fucking years. Those years right there, if you haven't got your shit together, when you're 50, now your years like, you know what I'm saying? Like, odds are if you're not fucking wealthy, now shit's going downhill. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the mindset has to be there. Like, we make this shit complicated. You know what I'm saying? Because we want perfection. But we're not fucking perfect. Find someone that has a lot of qualities that you're like, I can work with that. You know what I'm saying? And now you know that person has that potential, work with them. And if they're not headed in the direction you want it, cut that shit. Cut it at the source. But stop dragging that shit on.
Yeah. I'm at the first stop.
Fuck that. Get off at the first stop, man. Yeah.
That's the realest shit. That's some real shit right there. I love that shit. I like that. First. I'm gonna use that shit. Get up on the first motherfucking stop. Anyways, that's all the time we got, guys. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. See you next episode.